In 1921, Lewis Laws became the warden at Sing Sing prison. No prison was tougher than Sing Sing during that time. When Warden Laws retired some 20 years later, that prison had become a place of humanitarian institution. Those who studied the system said credit for the change belonged to Laws. But when he was asked about the transformation, here's what he said, quote, "I owe it all to my wonderful wife, Catherine, who is buried outside the prison walls." Catherine Laws was a young mother with 3 small children when her husband became warden. Everybody warned her from the beginning that she should never set foot inside the prison walls. But that didn't stop Catherine. When the first prison basketball game was held, she went walking into the gym with her 3 beautiful children, and she sat in the stands with the inmates. Her attitude was, "My husband and I are going to take care of these men, and I believe they will take care of me. I don't have to worry." She insisted on getting acquainted with them and their records. She discovered one convicted murderer who was blind, so she paid him a visit. Holding his hand, she said, "Do you read Braille?" "What's Braille?" he asked. She then taught herself how to read Braille and taught him how to read. Years later, he would weep in love for her. Later, Catherine found a deaf mute in prison. She went to school to learn how to use sign language and taught him. Many said that Catherine Laws was the body of Jesus that came alive in Sing Sing from 1921 to 1937. And then, tragically, she was killed in a car accident. The next morning, Lewis Laws didn't come to work, so the acting warden took his place. It seemed almost instantly that the prison knew something was wrong. The following day, her body was resting in a casket in her home 3/4 of a mile from the prison. As the acting warden took his early morning walk, he was shocked to see a large crowd of the toughest, hardest-looking criminals gathered like a herd of animals at the main gate. He came closer and noted tears of grief and sadness. He knew how much they loved Catherine. He turned and faced the men and said, "All right, men, you can go. Just be sure to check in tonight." Then he opened the gates, and a parade of criminals walked without a guard the 3/4 of a mile to stand in line to pay their final respects. And every one of them checked back in. Every one. So, yes, unconditional love is the greatest motivator, even for hardened criminals. But what's even more surprising, even for you. Even for you. You don't want to miss next week.